with, we were fortunate in being able to secure this life mask.
Yeah, go.
Actually, a copy of the life mask by the sculptor before Lincoln was president.
Attractions are all great. I think for most people, real magic of Disneyland.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to the Main Street Opera House here this afternoon. At this time, we now invite you to the back lobby where we are about to begin the prologue to our presentation of Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. Our 15-minute show will begin in about 5 minutes, so please take this opportunity to finish all food and drinks before entering the theater. If you happen to have a stroller, we please ask you to park your stroller over towards the outside of the building on Main Street. Again, our presentation will begin in 5 minutes. The prologue for Great Moments.
Waiting to enter the theater, may we present as a prologue a brief bit of background about Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln.
Well, a member of the state legislature had to dress up to his job.
Put it up.
What up? Gentlemen of the jury, I stand here today on behalf of these two young men. I think they'll go far. But it's your responsibility, gentlemen, which way they go far. Gentlemen, you can give them a chance to become morally responsible. I asked one of the soldiers, who is dead in the White House? And he answered, the president. He was killed by an assassin. And a loud burst of grief from the crowd awoke me from my dream. Ever since I was a youngster, I've had a great personal admiration for Abraham Lincoln. So when we decided to bring to Disneyland's visitors some great moments in Mr. Lincoln's life, we began an exhaustive research. We wanted to bring to the people of today the inspiring words of the man who held this nation together during its moment of greatest crisis, the Civil War. To start with, we were fortunate in being able to secure this life mask of the 16th president. How do we get this, Blaine?
This is actually a copy of an original life mask by the sculptor Leonard Walt.
Before Lincoln was president.
Before Lincoln was president.
Before he had a beard.
That's right.
During our exhaustive research into Lincoln's life, we studied his mannerisms, his gestures, and even his voice characteristics. to create a faithful likeness of this honored man. The final result is so lifelike that you might find it hard to believe. Now let's go into the Opera House and listen carefully to the words of Mr. Lincoln, spoken by him a century ago, but which still apply today to free men everywhere.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you will pass through the doors leading to our theater, we welcome you to Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to open our theater doors. Don't for your safety, make sure you're standing behind the dark red line of the carpet as the theater doors will be opening towards you. As you make your way inside, please look down, watch your step, as most of our aisles do have stairs and ankle ramps. Our next presentation of Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln will begin in about 2 minutes.
Not to a man who lived a century ago, but to an individual who lives today in the hearts of all freedom-loving people. His prophetic words are as valid for our time as they were for his. And now, the skills of the sculptor and the talents of the artist will let us relive Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln.
The world has never had a good definition of the word liberty. And the American people just now are much in want of one. We all declare for liberty, but in using the same word, we do not all mean the same thing. What constitutes the bulwark of our liberty and independence? It is not our frowning battlements, our bristling seacoasts. These are not our reliance against tyranny. Our reliance is in the love of liberty, which God has planted in our bosoms. Our defense is in the preservation of the spirit which prizes liberty as the heritage of all men, in all lands, everywhere. Destroy this spirit, and you have planted the seeds of despotism around your own doors. At what point shall we expect the approach of danger? By what means shall we fortify against it? Shall we expect some transatlantic military giant to step the ocean and crush us with a blow? Never. All the armies of Europe, Asia, and Africa combined could not by force take a drink from the Ohio or make a track on the Blue Ridge in a trial of 1,000 years. At what point, then, is the approach of danger to be expected? I answer, if it ever reach us, it must spring from amongst us. It cannot come from abroad. If destruction be our lot, we ourselves must be its author and finisher. As a nation of free men, we must live through all times, or die by suicide. Neither let us be slandered from our duty by false accusations against us, nor frightened from it by the menaces of destruction to the government, nor of dungeons to ourselves. Let us have faith that right makes might. And in that faith, let us to the end dare to do our duty as we understand it.
Lightning